75 pounds into the ball. Here's the boot. It's a low line drive. Here comes Logan. Drops the ball. Now just falls on it. And the Jackets have bad field position to start off. They'll be at about their own 17.
Nice job of protecting Logan by number 29, Noah Berger, on that play. Didn't Noah have a touchdown last week?
Yeah, he had his first career touchdown as a Yellow Jacket. Hopefully there'll be many more.
Who is Noah?
Noah Berger would be my brother.
Oh, all right. Well, we should have mentioned his name a million times. So Hastings will get the ball. They'll start on their own 17-yard line, it looks like.
They come out in their normal wing tee. Logan in motion, and they give it to Ashman up the middle. They picked up a few yards there, but not much to go. Got up just short of the 20-yard line. That'll be second and about 8. Jack Logan's filling in for Brian Schnibbe, who got injured in week 1. And he's suited up today, so he might be playing defense, but he's not halfback. Sean Ashman ties his shoe, and they're set to go. They got the two big boys, Russack and Ashman, in the backfield, and then there's Logan in motion. This is the give to Logan, and he's stopped deep in the backfield. A lot of penetration on that right side of the defense for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's just something that can't happen deep in your own territory. You got to make sure that you block all your guys. I mean, it's not so much you need to get positive yards. You just cannot afford to give up negative yardage like that. And minus 5 yards this deep in your own territory has got to hurt.
Well, 3rd and 12, you have a passing situation. So it's early in the game. Let's see if Coach Vaccaro will go the air with Considine.
I don't know. This deep in his own territory. Coach Vaccaro's kind of conservative. I'd be surprised if he threw it up here.
And they run it to Ashman. Ball came loose, and it's still loose down there, and it looks as though Irvington has recovered.
They did. So
the Bulldogs catch a break early in the game.
Number 18, I don't know who that is for Irvington, number 18, but he recovered it. We'll check the roster. And it was Mike Pomerantz, a 6-foot, 190-pound junior. He came up with the fumble recovery, and Irvington will take over. 1st and 10 on the 12-yard line.
Well, if you're Ed Nedwick, the senior quarterback for the Bulldogs, you gotta be happy. This is exactly how you want it to start off. Couldn't have asked for anything more. If you're on the 13-yard line, looking to take the lead early in the game. As a handoff up the middle, and Ashman nails him in the backfield. Looked like Ashman was unblocked there.
Yeah, that was a nice stop by Sean Ashman. Came from his defensive end slot, closed down the run nice, and stuck the fullback. Or who was that, tailback?
Yeah, that was the tailback, number 7, Kevin Darijo. Darijo, a junior, is 6 foot, 165 pounds, and he just got flattened by Sean Ashman.
He did get drilled.
So it'll be 2nd and 11. The Bulldogs like to come out with a lot of different formations. Flag on the play.
Coach Vaccaro screaming at his team, not happy. And, you know, it's one of the keys we talked about before the game. Recognition by the Hastings defense on what Irvington's trying to do offensively. And so far, it does not look like Hastings is doing a good job because Coach Vaccaro keeps screaming at guys to cover different people.
That was a 5-yard penalty against Irvington. But Keith, you're absolutely right. And they come out with these different formations. You know, they got 3 guys split right one play, 2 left, 1 right, and the Jackets very confused already. You can see they're running all over the place. Hard count, back to pass, quick drop, fires, complete to number 18. That's Mike Pomerantz, and he almost brought it in for the touchdown. He's down to the 3-yard line.
Just a 3-step drop, a quick strike, and you know, Pomerantz got wide open there, and that's kind of inexcusable to have him be that wide open, that close to the goal line. I mean, he's only got to run 20 yards before he's out of the back of the end zone.
Gain of 16.
The one thing you can say about that play, as soon as he caught the ball, he was dropped by 2 Jackets.
That's true.
So 1st and goal from the 3. Back to pass, fires right, touchdown. So Ed Nedwick comes up throwing to start off the ball game. He hit number 80, Brendan Wheatley, on the little in there. And the senior has 6 points. The Bulldogs have 6 points. It's 6-0 Bulldogs. 2 minutes and 15 seconds in.
And whoever was playing him, whoever safety was, just stood there and watched him run right by him. Didn't try and hit him, didn't try and cover him, just stood there and watched him run right by.
And the extra point attempt is up and through. So nice kick. The Bulldogs are fired up, and the Jackets look a little dead out there. I think they're in shock. 7-0 already. Well, Keith, head coach Pat Costable went right to the air, throwing 3 times on that 13-yard drive.
3 times or twice? No, just twice. One completion to Pomerantz, and then he hit 80. What was 80's name?
That was Brendan Wheatley.
Hit Wheatley, number 80, for the 3-yard touchdown. But it didn't matter because both guys were wide open every time, you know? Hastings looked like they did a good job stuffing the run, but when Irvington went to the air, they were very successful. I would keep throwing the ball if I'm Irvington.
Well, I'll tell you, last week the Jackets had room for error because they were going up against Laurel Hall, a quarterback that wasn't as experienced. But Ed Nedwick is an extremely experienced quarterback, and he's got pinpoint accuracy. So Jackets aren't going to get away with leaving guys open.
Absolutely.
Back to receive, Rob Russack and Jack Logan. The kick, a low line drive. It'll be Logan again, and it actually goes out of bounds, so that's a legal procedure. And the Jackets will start off in decent field position.
So far, you know, Sean Ashman's turnover killed him as Irvington was able to capitalize. And, you know, they got the touchdown. And it just looked too easy there, Charlie. That was way too easy of a touchdown for Irvington to get.
Oh, it did. They ran 1 or 2 run plays, nothing happened, and then they went to the air, boom, boom.
Hastings will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
So Jackets start off at their own 35 because of the illegal procedure. This is Ashby off the middle, and he got hit immediately. He'll tell you he's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Ashby has nowhere to go.
That was by Joey Trauma, the defensive tackle, 5'11", 260, and he's just not being blocked so far today.
9 for Hastings.
Ashman picked up a yard, but the big man's got to get more than that. Considine trots in after getting the play from head coach Joe Vaccaro, who's absolutely livid. He's not too happy yet.
Well, I don't think he should be. Hastings is playing very sloppy and unaggressive so far. They're really getting their butts kicked so far.
And they run counter. Russack has some room, but he breaks the tackle, and now he goes down. Nothing doing. I saw a little bit of an opening, but then the Bulldogs collapsed on Russack.
Collapsed? There was no blocking at all. There were 7 guys in the backfield for Irvington. There were 7 green jerseys there. Hastings, they're not blocking. They're not tackling. Not playing defense. What are they doing?
And Irvington extremely fired up. That's not helping at all either.
Well, they're fired up because they're having their way with them. They're doing whatever they want.
3rd and a long 12. Considine set over center. And he drops back to pass. Looking long for Bash. Bash wide open, but the pass was underthrown as Considine got hit as he released the football.
Again, a lot of pressure on Considine from up front, and he couldn't get the ball off. Bash was going for a touchdown if he could have caught it, but Blake just couldn't get him the ball because he was getting drilled as he let it go.
Jackets will punt here. Number 7, Kevin DeRijo, back to receive. And Charlie Delanoy, the punter for the Jackets.
Charlie Delanoy punting for Hastings.
Good snap. and a low kick, a little short, takes a hop. Bulldogs field it right up the sideline and is tackled by Matt Sivright.
Pierre takes the ball for Irvington, close to midfield.
Irvington will have the ball on their own 48-yard line, 49-yard line. And I tell you what, if last drive is any indication, it'll be about 2 plays before they score.
Hopefully the Jacket defense can bear down. If they don't, they could be in a big hole early. Gives up the middle. Number 8 brought down at the line.
Brian Clark carries for Irvington up the
That's Brian Clark, the big sophomore.
Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9 for Irvington.
Now, in case you guys didn't get this in the pregame, Brian Clark, 6 foot, 260 pounds. He's only a sophomore, and he's tied for 7th in the league lead for rushing, in the section, actually. So 2nd and 9 from the 50-yard line. Ball comes loose. And Irvington has recovered. Poor snap. Jackets gets a little bit of a break, and it'll be 3rd and 9.
Be 3rd down and 10 for Irvington.
What's the quarterback's number? 7?
1.
Oh, quarterback's 1? Irvington's 1. Yep.
They go with a few guys split out right. Nedwick back to pass. Looking, now he's going to try to run the ball. Gets by one man, slips by Bash, still on his feet. And he's fighting close to the first down, but he comes up short. Great run by Eddie Nedwick.
Yeah, nice run. He blew by. Who was that he blew by? Bash? Made a nice move to break a tackle, then blew by Bash on the sidelines. Bash not moving his feet, and ended up getting, you know, what did he pick up there? About 8 yards?
Yeah, 7, 8 yards.
3rd and 11.
The impressive thing was he refused to go down. It took 3 Jackets to tackle him, and he's the quarterback. Nedwick, a big quarterback, 6'1", 185 pounds, but it should take less than 3 Jackets to tackle him. It'll be 4th and 3. They're going for it, so this could be a momentum changer if the Jackets hold him. Nedwick with a hard count, and the give is up the middle. No, he takes it himself on QB keeper. He's got the first down and more, as he gets down inside the Jacket 40. So a nice fake by Nedwick. Lowered his head and picked up the first down.
Picked up 4 yards there. Knew where the first down was, and he got it. Nice job.
Carry good enough for a first down for the Bulldogs.
They will go with Clark and Dirijo in the backfield. And spread formation. Back to pass. Fires over the middle. Nice defensive play by Joe Flaherty, knocking the ball away.
Yeah, you know, nobody got a drill up. Nobody got a hit off the tight end of the line of scrimmage. He got a free release on that. But Flaherty did a nice job by sticking his hand in there and batting the ball away.
2nd down and 10 for Irvington.
I have a feeling the Jackets will miss Brian Schnibbe today on defense. He's in the defensive backfield, and Irvington likes to go the air. Nedwick to pass, fakes it short, goes long, he's got a man wide open, and it's caught by number 80. That's Brenton Wheatley. Actually looked like he might have trapped it. We had a bad angle from here, but they say that he made the catch. It's all the way down to the 16-yard line.
25 yards.
Pickup of 24 on the play.
25. 24.
And the Bulldogs are moving again. Nice play there. Nedwick drops back, fakes it short, and they went long. Wheatley was wide open. And Nedwick drops the football again. It's loose and the Jackets have recovered. Oh.
Manchester, number 55, hustling in. He was going to get good pressure on the quarterback anyway, and the ball just showed up at his feet and he recovered it. So, deep in Hastings territory on the 22-yard line, Irvington turns the ball over. So far, turnovers were equal. The only difference is we didn't get the ball near Irvington 12.
Well, heads-up play by Manchester. He just fell on the ball, but if Manchester was to pick that up, I don't know if they could stop him. Just a huge kid, and he's only a sophomore. So Jackets, once again, poor field position. They're inside their own 20. Russack in motion. And Constantine's going to try to get around the end, but he gets tackled down by Brenton Wheatley. He had nowhere to go.
Constantine keeps the ball for Hastings, tackled by number 80, Brenton Wheatley. Loss of 2 on the play. Second down and 12 for Hastings.
Think about Blake Constantine. He's so fast, but if you catch him, you can bring him down. And there he had no place to go.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. He was covered inside and outside. Just, it just seems like, Irvington's blocking people. They're running. They're flying all over the field. Hastings just is not equaling them in that task. They're not really blocking everybody on every play, and they're kind of lethargic out there today.
And Constantine drops back to pass, fires right, in and out of the hands of Rob Russack, and it'll be third down.
Intended for number 36, Russack.
Russack was open, and if he could have broken one tackle, he had a lot of room to run there, but you got to catch the ball before you can run.
I tell you, if I'm head coach Joe Vaccaro, I know you're deep in your own territory, but I go to the air long to Bash again. He was wide open last time, but Constantine didn't have any time to throw. If the line can block some guys, give Constantine a few Mississippis, could be a big game. They come out Flaherty split right. Schnibby in there now. Constantine back to pass. He fires it towards Schnibby, overthrown. And the Jackets will be forced to punt. So Brian Schnibby making an appearance.
Yeah, that's just an opportunity you cannot afford to miss there, Charlie. Schnibby was wide open on that. You got to get him the football. It's things like that that lose ball games.
So Dirijo and Jupier back to receive. Delanoy with the high kick. This will be Dupierre. He fumbles the ball. The ball's loose, and the Jackets have recovered. An excellent job. That's number 88, Matt Sivright.
Nah,
they're saying.
Said something.
I believe they can say it went out of bounds, but I tell you, I saw it from here. Sivright did an excellent job. The ball was hopping out of bounds. He corralled it and fell on top of it. We'll see what the call is. And indeed, they're going to say it's Irvington football. I don't like that at all.
I don't understand what the call is. The ball was clearly not out of bounds. Maybe they're saying he caught the ball while he was on the ground, or he had the ball while he was on the ground. I don't understand it.
I don't think he did at all, though.
It doesn't matter. It's Irvington's ball on the 41-yard line.
So the Jackets get a bad break. It should have been their ball. And instead, Irvington has nice field position. Nedwick with the hard count once again. Jackets are disciplined. And Nedwick takes... no, he handed it off up the middle.
It's tough to see from my angle, but he did give to Clark. And I tell you what, that's the first time all year I think I've seen Hastings gang tackle. There was actually more than one Jacket on the tackle there.
I tell you, that's what they have to do to bring down Brian Clark. Brian Clark, 28 rushes, and he is 7th in the section in rush yards. He's averaging over 8 yards a carry, and the Jackets have held him down here so far. Back to pass. Nedwick fires. Wide open was number 80. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he may have picked it up.
If I'm Irvington, I field the ball 40 times. There's no reason to ever run the football when you get 10, 8, 15, 24 yards of pass completion. And everybody's wide open. It's pitch and catch. What did he pick up there, about 11?
Yeah, pickup of 9 on the play. It's a first down. And Irvington moving the football. 1st and 10 just inside the Jacket 30. The Jackets either have to cover a little bit better or put some pressure on the quarterback. Hard count again. Once again, the ball came loose, and Nedwick goes down. Looks like they have a bit of a case of the Butterfingers.
Yeah, I don't, we didn't see Irvington play last week, so we don't know who the center was, but it seems like it's almost like a new center.
That's the 3rd time the ball has come loose.
But you know it's not going to be a good day when they fumble the snap and they still gain a yard.
Nedwick to pass, looking for Wheatley, fires up top. Wheatley's got a chance to catch it, but it was overthrown.
It was that same down, out, and up move that they ran the last time they gained 24 yards down in this end of the ball field. But this time Hastings actually did do a good job covering them. But I still think if the ball was in bounds, he would have caught it, and he was open. The only reason why the ball was incomplete is because it was thrown out of bounds.
He was open. The difference, instead of 5 yards open, he was 2 yards open.
Yeah,
but he's still open. So it'll be 3rd down and 9. This is 4-down territory, though, for the Bulldogs, especially the way they've been moving on the Jackets with ease.
Yeah, definitely.
They come out spread formation with 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Near split end is Wheatley. And Nedwick pass again, fakes, now turns, going long right. He's got a man, overthrown again.
Nedwick's pass incomplete.
Nice coverage there by Matt Sivright, though.
Yeah, but the quarterback chose the wrong guy to throw it to. 18 was wide open in the slot.
Sivright defending on the plate. He's 4th down and 8 for the Bulldogs.
So 4th down and long coming up. Jackets need to stop here.
Yeah, big play. Big play early in the game. If Hastings get the ball back, maybe they can start to get some positive things going offensively.
Nedwick once again to pass, looking, fires it, incomplete. He was looking for his main man, Brenton Wheatley, again. But it was overthrown, so the Jackets take over at the 30 with 55 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. I'll tell you, that's a key stop for the Jackets, too. When you're down 7-0, it only takes 1 play, you're right back in the ball game. If they go down 14, 15-0, it's going to be a mountain to climb instead of a molehill.
So Hastings is taking over on their own 37?
Their own 27.
27.
And Consign gives it to Russack up the middle. Nothing doing.
There's nothing there. I mean, nobody's blocking on Hastings, or Irvington has 5 All-Americans up front.
Somehow I doubt it's the latter.
Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11 for the Yellow Jackets.
Sure, Irvington's a huge team, but you can still put some hats on hats. Again, backing up a little bit.
Excuse me, Troy, I didn't mean to cut you off, but Hastings has run the ball 7 times. They've had negative yardage on 4 of the 7 plays.
This will be Russack pounding his way forward, but nothing doing. He actually had a little bit of a hole if he had cut back, but he just lowered his head, tried to bowl forward, and ran into 3 Bulldogs. That's the 1st quarter. A disappointing one for the Jackets. They're lucky to leave down by 7.
They certainly are. I mean, considering, this has been the sequence for Hastings. They ran the ball, got 2 yards. Ran the ball, got -5. Ran the ball, fumbled. Then they took over. They ran the ball, got a yard. Ran the ball was -3, threw an incomplete pass. They got the ball, -2 yards rushing, incomplete pass, incomplete pass. They get the ball back. They have -1 yard. Then they get no gain. So they have the ball 3rd and 11 on their own 26-yard line to start the second half. I mean, offensively, that's just doing absolutely nothing.
Do you know what their total offense is?
Total offense would be...
It's pretty close to 0. They haven't picked up a first down yet.
It's -2 yards. Total offense in the first quarter for the Hastings Yellow Jackets, -2 yards. Not a very good job.
You're not going to win with those numbers. And Irvington, practically their offense is the antithesis. They've been moving the ball at will.
True. I mean, they've only shot themselves in the foot. Fumbled snaps, incomplete passes when receivers were open, and fumbles.
Well, here we go. 3rd and 11 from the Jacket 27. Flaherty split out to the left. Man in motion's Logan. Flag on the play. Looks to be against the Jackets. That'll move them back deeper into their own territory.
Illegal procedure to call.
So now it brings up a 3rd and 16.
They're down at 15 for Hastings from the 23-yard line.
We'll see if Coach Vaccaro goes to the air. And it looks like he will. He's got Schnibby split out left, Bash right. I got a feeling they're bringing in Schnibby for a specialty thing. Let's see if he runs the fade. Indeed he does. No, it's an in. Passes to Schnibby, and he dropped the ball, but there's a penalty down. A flag on play. Could be interference.
That's the area the flag was thrown. And it does look like it's going to be defensive pass interference.
Defended by number 16, Jerry LeBron.
So that'll be an automatic first down for Hastings.
I tell you, it might be a good thing that the defender did do that, because if Schnibby makes that catch, he was gone. He found the slot between the cornerback and the safety. Safety came up, tried to make the interception, had some interference, but if he didn't do that, and if he missed the interception, Schnibby could have had big pickup.
There was a lot of running room out there for Schnibby, who's rather quick. He might have brought the mail the distance.
So Jackets pick up their first down of the game, and it's by penalty, but they'll take it. They're at their own 39 now, 1st and 10. This is Ashby up the middle, has a hole, and he picks up 4 or 5 on the play.
Yeah, that was a nice job. I mean, there we go. I got hate on the alignment earlier when they weren't blocking. That time they did a great job. Blew up in a huge hole. Ashman blew right through it and picked up 4 yards.
I don't think you can ask for a bigger hole than that. The defense is big. They're big kids. It's just there's a difference between a little hole and no hole.
Exactly.
Ashman, the lone man in the backfield. Logan in motion. And Constantine's going to pass. He's looking short. Ashman makes the catch, lowers his head, spins around, and comes close to a first down.
It's going to be very close.
Tackled by number 80, Brent Reed.
In the camera, it looked like he got up to the 49. We'll have to see where the official spots it.
Did a nice little spin move.
Good first down for Hastings.
That was a nice spin move, and they gave him the first down.
So Constantine with a complete pass, 6 yards on the pickup. Little dump out to Sean Ashman. That's a heads-up play by Constantine. It's 2nd down 6. He had Bash going long, could have thrown it up there, but instead he dumps it off to Ashman. They pick up the first down. They move the chains. That's what you want to do. This is Ashman. Big hole as he pounds forward. Now the Jackets are moving.
Now they're starting to play some football. That was a serious hole. Ashman just got right in behind his lineman and blew forward for a good 5-yard pickup. So that was a nice job. Now Hastings is starting to play football.
I tell you, this is a perfect time, too. There was a little bit of a break between 1st, 2nd quarter. Irvington's starting to get a little complacent maybe, and boom, here come the Jackets. It'll be Ashman again up the middle, and he got hit at the line of scrimmage, but he jumped forward for 2.
Yeah, the right defensive end there was unblocked. He came down, squeezed down on the play, and made it. But you know what? Now is the perfect time for Coach Vaccaro to run the exact same play, pull it out of Ashman's belly, and have Considine run around the end. Because if that defensive end's going to crash down hard like that, you want to run to the outside because he's not keeping outside contained.
Don't say it too loud, Keith.
We'll tip off the Irvington guys.
It'll be 3rd and a short, too. Although for the Jackets, it could be a long 2. And this is Ashman. He's going to be close to a first down, but you know what, Keith, you were right. It looked like Considine could add some room.
Yeah, that defensive end's coming down real hard. That's what I would do. I'd run run a blast option or something. Try and run Ashman hard off tackle, pull it out, and have Considine the tailback coming out on an option type read, but there'd be nobody out here.
I think they get asked for a measurement. And if this is short, it would also be a good time to call that play.
Charlie, you make a very interesting point, which I think should be a high school rule change. There is no requesting a measurement in high school. It's purely up to the umpire's discretion. The umpire is the guy with the referee. It's up to the referee's discretion. He's the one with the white hat.
And in fact, they give him the first down.
Yeah, it's totally up to him. The coach of the Suns can ask for a measurement all he wants, but he won't get one unless the referee decides he's going to give it to him. In the NFL or college, you can request a measurement and they will bring it out. It could be 4th and 32. If you ask for a measurement, they'll bring the chains out.
I'll tell you why that's so important after this play. And Considine gives it up the middle. Ashman gets knocked backwards.
Yeah, I think they went to the well one too many times that time. And, Coach Vaccaro's philosophy is he's going to keep calling the same play until you stop it. He ran the fullback over the guard, over the guard, over the guard. They stopped it, so now he'll go to something else.
Well, Keith, the reason it's so important for the coach to be able to ask for a measurement or a replay is because 2 years ago in the NHL, Game 6, Stanley Cup Finals, in overtime, the Dallas Stars put the puck in the net. They win the cup. Head coach of the Buffalo Sabres asked for the replay. He never got it, and clearly on the replay, the goal should have been disallowed. Back to football. Considine sends his man in motion, and he's back to pass. Fires it right to Ashman. Couldn't make the catch. That'll be 2nd and long 10.
Yeah, Ashman looked like he had it right there. It just dropped out of his hands. Maybe he was trying to run with it before he caught it also. That'll bring up a long 3rd and 10.
The junior Flaherty spread out to the right. And Considine's going to pass under pressure, flips it back to Logan, who's hit and brought down all the way back at the 48. They ran that little screen to the left where Considine turns around for a 2nd week in a row. And the 2nd week in a row, it didn't work.
Yeah, Joey Trauma right there to drill Logan. And I think he might to scrape Logan off the field with that after that hit.
So the Jackets will punt 4th and about 17. Good snap. And a nice high sailing kick. Fielded by number 7. Gets around the end and now gets absolutely leveled by Ed Bash and Matt Manchester.
Irvington. Tackled by number 55, Matt Manchester and Hastings. The 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
So nice coverage there on the punt. And Irvington takes over at their own 23.
Yeah, Hastings' punt coverage team has done a very good job this year. That's a testament to Coach Steve Urich, who's done a good job at the special teams. And he did it, Hastings has done a nice job not really allowing a lot on defense.
Man in motion. And Nedwick gives it up the middle. Couldn't see who it was, but nice coverage by the Jacket defense.
Number 22, Norman Crotch.
Nice job by the Hastings D.
That was number 22, Norman Quack.
Gain of 2 on the play, second down.
Pickup of 2. So it'll be second and about 7 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was 22's first carry of the game. But Irvington, so far, they've only run the ball 8 times, and they've thrown it 8.
They're not utilizing Brian Clark, perhaps, to the best of his ability. Once again, they give you off. That was number 7, Kevin Dirijo, and he's knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
So far, Irvington's had 17 offensive plays. They've run it 9 and thrown it 8.
Number 55, Matt Manchester. Gain of 1 on the play. Third down and 7 for Irvington.
So 3rd and 7, I guess they're going to go to the air. Actually, they have to, because to maintain their balance, they got to throw it 9 times and pass it 9 times. So they're not allowed to do anything else but pass here, according to my calculations.
I tell you, though, I bet they could fool the Jackets with one of those waggle runs where the quarterback looks like he's dropping back to pass, but then takes off. Nedwick to pass, looking, fires it over the middle, overthrown. He overthrew Wheatley. But that was good coverage there.
Yeah, no, that was the first time all game that Hastings did a good job on pass defense. They had him covered inside, outside. They basically had the receiver double teamed. Well, the only thing is at the last second, Logan kind of darted in there. If the ball had flowed a little bit, and he could have been able to get behind Logan, and that's a cardinal sin as a defensive back. You never want to let the receiver get behind you.
Unless you make the interception.
Well, yeah, but you got to make sure you get it, and he wasn't going to catch it there.
Kick almost blocked, a low line drive, and the ball comes loose. It's still loose, it's on the ground, fumble, and it's gonna be...
I think Flaherty got it, yep.
Jacket football, Joe Flaherty, heads up play, dives on the football.
That was either Flaherty or number 29. Who's 29?
I think that's Noah Bird.
Oh, that's your brother. Now, I think it was either Noah or Flaherty. I couldn't tell who. Flaherty was the last guy on the ground, but I couldn't see if he had the ball. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is Hastings got the ball back.
I tell you, though, whoever it was got flattened to the ground because he had Joey Trammell lying on top of him.
And that's 260 pounds of pure beef.
Ouch. Anyway, Jackets, I guess they get a break. You could call it that. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 48. Trying again to Bulldog territory. Put some points on the board. Send Logan in the motion. Consign under pressure. Fires it. Nice catch by Rob Rossack. Excellent job. I mean, I can tell you from experience that's the hardest ball to catch. So one thrown over your head. Rossack gets hit as he catches the ball and reels it in. Pick up a 5. Nice job.
That was definitely a nice catch. Nice throw, nice catch.
Excellent throw, Keith. That shows some of the talent that Blake Consign has. He's about to get clocked, and he does this little Marino quick release, and boom, 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 from the 47. Once again, Consign to pass, gets hit as he throws, and Ashman couldn't make the catch.
I tell you, though, I don't know what the problem is, whether it's Consign not getting enough depth or width, but every single time he's thrown off his back foot because he's backpedaling, because he's got pressure. I mean, I would think if you're the quarterback, you want to try and get to the outside, try and run the ball to the outside, try and break contain before you throw the ball, because you're much more of a threat. If you're backpedaling, falling down, throwing the ball off your back foot, you're not as much a threat if you're going forward. You always want to be attacking in football. Football is a game of ground. You want to gain as much possible yardage you can on every play, so you always want to be going towards the other team's goal line. You never want to be fading back towards your own goal line.
It's true, but when you have 2 huge guys in your face, it's kind of tough to do that.
Outrun them.
And the ball comes loose. Consign falls on it. He ran to one of his own men in the backfield, and they'll have to punt it away.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. Outrun them. If they're big, huge guys, they're not that fast. You're faster than them. Get to the outside. Don't try and throw the ball off your back foot. Try and get to the sidelines and turn the ball upfield and be running forward as you're throwing it, or continue to just run the ball down the field.
Back to receive, number 7, Kevin Dirijo. And number 2, Chris Jupier. Delanoy to kick. Excellent snap again, and another nice sailing kick. And the ball comes loose. Now it's picked up. Here's DeRijo running left. And not much on the yardage.
Yeah, but nice job by Noah Berger to get down there quickly and force the punt returner to the outside, doing something he didn't want to do, and let the Hastings pursuit catch up.
Well, they did a nice job there. Didn't let him get to the outside, as you said.
Charlie, I missed something on that. We had the we had the completion of Rustak on first down. Oh, then we had the incomplete. That's right. The incomplete I missed.
So how many times have the Jackets gone to the air?
They've thrown the ball 8 times. They're 3 of 8 from the air. Irvington is 4 of 9, but Irvington's thrown for 48 yards. Hastings is thrown for 5.
A little bit of confusion here. We're close to the 4-minute warning. And now they're set to go. Nedwick once again goes with the hard count. Drops back to pass, fires it right. Pass is complete, and Jack Logan wraps up number 80, Brenton Wheatley, out of bounds.
Jack Logan makes it happen for Hastings. Gain of 6 on the play.
But I tell you, Keith, I don't know what it is. Maybe they're just giving him too much room, but every time they either do a little in or they do a little out, and he's wide open. It's an easy 5-6 yard pickup. You got to change that. I either double the coverage or put him up in a bump and run sequence.
I agree. I mean, I think that what Hastings fears is on a bump and run situation, the receivers for Irvington are tall and fast. They're afraid of getting downfield pretty easily, but I agree with you. You got to change up and do something different.
Handoff up the middle, nothing doing. Nice job of penetration by number 6, that's Joe Flaherty. Came in and tackled DeRijo.
And that's a big play on 2nd and 2 or whatever, to only give up a yard, because now it forces Irvington to do something they might not want to do. That was game 3? Oh yeah, I guess it was 2nd and 4, right? So he did pick up some yards, but nice job by Flaherty.
They have a measurement. Another thing, you know, the center and the quarterback haven't exactly gelled today. Ball could come loose. They've fallen out, but it's a 1-yard loss, and they have to punt it away.
We'll have to get sideline reporter Lynn Swan on that, find out why they're having such a problem with the exchange. Who ran that last one, then? 7? Who's 7?
That's DeRijo.
DeRijo. He ran that last one?
And they pick up the first down.
So we'll give him 4 yards.
Bulldogs put their paws together.
Irvington took over on their what? Their own 36? Yeah, they're up to the 46. They've got one first down. So
they're on 26. Started at their own 36.
Oh, that's a 30 right here. Okay, that's right. So they're on 26. I look for Irvington to go to the air here.
Well, there's 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. They got 60 yards to go. They can definitely do it. The dangerous Nedwick drops back to pass, rolls left, fires, and pass is complete. Nice tackle by Jack Logan, but not before a pickup by Brenton Wheatley. And how many catches does Wheatley have on the day? He's obviously the go-to guy.
That's his 5th catch. And it was a pickup of, we're going to give him 7 yards on that, so it's 5 catches for 49 yards.
I tell you, a big play there by Logan. Didn't let him get out of bounds. Irvington burns a timeout. So Nedwick now is thrown for 61 yards. 49 of them have gone to Brenton Wheatley.
I tell you what, I think Irvington's going to run the football and they come out of this timeout. You want to know why, Charlie?
Why is that?
They've thrown it 11 times and they've run it 10 times. So they can't get out of sync. They'll be out of balance if they throw it 12 and only run it 10. What are they thinking? They have to run it. They'll be 11 and 11. No, but all seriousness aside, you know, high school teams usually tend to be one-dimensional. They either always run the ball or they always throw the ball. It's very unique for a high school football team to be that diversified, to be that balanced between the run and the pass. So you know, it's been successful so far for Irvington. Although they only put up 7 points on the board, statistically, they've dominated this football game.
There's either a man down on the field or someone being helped out with some equipment. I think that's Charlie Delanoy just getting his equipment fixed. Now this is the first league game for the Yellow Jackets, and that means in a way it's the first game that really counts, because at the end of the season, when you add up the wins-losses, it's how you did in your league that determines whether or not you get into a bowl game or make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, you could play a team at the end of the year, the last game of the season, that's undefeated, and you could have 3 or 4 losses, but it doesn't matter. As long as your 3 or 4 losses are all out-of-league games, you're tied with them.
Man in motion, and Nedwick gives it up the middle. Not much doing, but close to a first down.
Of course they had to run the ball, Charlie. I told you, it's easy. Now it's a little difficult because they can either run or pass and not be out of sync. So I don't know. I'm going to go with my gut and say I'm going to throw the ball here. Although they're going to get the first down, so it won't matter.
I'll go with my gut and bet against you. They're going to run the ball.
Gee, what else is different? What else is new is what I'm trying to say. Who ran that ball, Charlie?
I thought, who was the quarterback?
No, who's on first? But who ran the ball? Second base. Who ran the ball?
First down.
I actually didn't see it.
We'll give it to 7. We'll give him the carry. We'll give him the first down, too.
So first down and 10. They're at their own 47. And Nedwick's going to pass. Fire it long. He's got a man open. It's 16. Makes the catch at the 20. To the 10. The 5. End zone. Gary LaBarbera.
Gee, what a switch. I was right. You were wrong, Charlie. I wish I was wrong. A 53-yard touchdown pass. And that's exactly what we've been talking about all game long. That the Irvington receivers have been wide open, and all the quarterback for Irvington needed to do was get him the ball, and he did get him the ball. 53-yard touchdown.
I don't know. The Jackets have to regroup somehow. But their defensive secondary has been beat like a rented mule today. So number 56 on to kick the extra point. Snap, kick, up, blocked. Shia.
A whole white wall right there.
Well, some light on the play. Joe Contrastano, the sophomore, comes in and blocks the kick. How do you like that? Let's see if it comes into play later in the game. 13-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. Jackets have to change. Things are not going their way.
Seven of 12 for the air for 114 yards and a touchdown. Not a bad first half. That's a good season for some high school quarterbacks.
I read in the paper that Ed Nedwick was good, but I never thought he could be this precise with his passing game. Well, there's 2 minutes, 19 seconds left. Not a lot of time here in the first half, but definitely enough time for the Jackets to maybe get something started. And maybe they throw the ball long, hit a fade, they get a touchdown.
Well, this might be something that's significantly good for Hastings, because for the first time all year long, after the other team has scored their first touchdown, Hastings actually lined up right on the kickoff. They didn't do the loser's walk thing and flip sides.
And the kick, it's a little chip. They better grab it. And they do. Nice job. That's number 30. Nick Silvestri falls on it. And I tell you, Keith, I don't know why more teams don't use those little things. The kind of cheap kickoffs, those little ones, because the ball's loose and you can get the ball maybe 30% of the time.
You can, but I think the difference is they don't want to give up the ball on their own, on the 35-yard line. They want to try and kick it and pin them deeper than that. But you're right, it's not a bad ploy at all, especially with 2 minutes to go in the game, in the half.
Good defense! Good defense!
Well, let's see what the Jackets can do. Considine will have room to throw. He's all the way up at the 35. Quick count. Considine under pressure. Down he goes. And Eddie Nedwick real fired up about that one. A loss of 8 on the play. And Considine had a little bit of time, didn't get rid of the football, and Nedwick was all over him.
Loss of 9 on the play.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have much time at all to throw before Nedwick was all over him.
Schnibbe checks in. Since Schnibbe is injured, he's become more of a specialist. And he's spread out to the right. Considine to pass, looking for Schnibbe, fires it over the middle, pass incomplete. Schnibbe was open, Considine just overthrew him. And I can't blame him because on the last play he gets crushed.
Yeah, but you got to put that behind you. He just threw it high there. And, you know, if you have open receivers, you have to hit them. That's the bottom line.
I tell you, the one offensive play that the Jackets ran today, I really thought they had potential, was the fade where Bash was open. I think they should really go in the air here. What do you have to lose? There's a minute left in the first half. You know, just throw the ball up there. Maybe you get a break.
I agree, especially when it's 3rd and whatever. 3rd and 19.
Well, they do have spread formation. Bash out to the right. Schnibbe left. And Considine to pass. Fires it towards Bash, who can't make the catch.
I mean, it's just consistently all year long, we've had receivers for Hastings have the ball hit their hands and then drop it. You know what I mean? It can't always be the quarterback, can't always be the receiver. It's got to be some teamwork there, and it just seems like there are a lot of drop passes.
Number 33, Billy
And I don't know if he would have had the first down there anyway, but he still would have given himself an opportunity.
Well, Delanoy to punt the ball away. Minute 15 to go. And that's going to be a false start against the Jackets.
Penalty against Hastings.
And Charlie, that might seem like an insignificant penalty, but when you're this deep in your own territory and you don't have a major college or NFL type punter that can boom the ball down to the other team's 10-yard line, that's just 5 more yards you're giving the Irvington offense to operate that they don't have to go when they want to try and score a touchdown with a minute 16 remaining in the first half.
Not just that, it was a clean snap. Well, this one's good too. And the kick is away, a dandy. Fielded by number 2, loses the football, now picks it up, and he's going to have some room to run. Weaving his way through the Jackets, and is dropped by a host of Jackets at midfield. But I tell you, Irvington, now they'll have a shot to go for the end zone themselves. And the way they've been throwing, they might be able to do it.
This is where they scored from last time. I mean, these are the places that Irvington's taken over the ball. The Hastings 12, they're on 49. The Hastings 41, they're on 24. They're on 26. They're on 49. They've had excellent field position all game long.
Back to pass. Nedwick fires, incomplete. But I tell you, he was wide open.
Well, I could see him being open there because he ran a 3-yard out pattern with a minute to go in the first half. I could see that. But, you know, for the last play, a 53-yard touchdown pass, when you've been throwing the ball all game long, is inexcusable. You know, before the touchdown, he'd thrown the ball 11 out of 22 times they had the ball. They'd thrown the ball, so it's not like they caught him by surprise. It's not like they ran the ball 21 times. That was the first pass play, and everybody was, you know, squeezed up in the box. You had to expect a pass there. And to give it up when he was well behind the secondary just doesn't cut the mustard.
Here's a pitch. This is Clark running to the right, has some room, gets to the outside. Clark still on his feet, and he gets pounded out of bounds by Chris Irvin.
That was number 2. Clark's number 8. That was Chris Jupierre.
So nice run by Jupierre. 51 seconds to go here in the half. And they're down to the Jacket 40.
13 yards. So I think they have to run again because this will be their 13th run versus 13 passes. Nope, pass.
Nedwick to pass, looking, Ashman pressuring him, and down he goes. Nice job by Sean Ashman, the defensive end.
Very nice job.
Loss of 9 on the play. And the clock winding down. Now a timeout called by the Bulldogs with about 37 seconds to go.
Of course, the time on the field, I believe, is unofficial. But it's been pretty accurate. With this timeout, the officials should correct the clock if it's off. But again, Sean Ashman did a nice job of pressuring the quarterback, and the key thing is he didn't let the quarterback get outside of him. He kept outside contained, which forced the quarterback to try and outrun him, which he couldn't do, or stop and throw the ball. The quarterback chose to try and outrun him, and he got sacked.
This is definitely a must-stop for the Jacket defense. If they go down 20-0 going into the second half, they're not going to be able to come back.
You're so pessimistic. What, they can't score 21 points in a half?
No, they can't.
It's impossible. They've never done that before in the history of the game. How easily we forget last year against Pauling, Charles. They made a nice comeback there.
They did, 14-point comeback.
It ain't over till it's over.
All right, Yogi.
This place is so crowded, nobody goes here anymore. I got $1 million of them for you. But I agree with you. It would be very difficult considering what they've shown in the first half. And considering we also know that basically the Irvington defense shut out the Dover offense last week. That the Irvington defense is kind of tough. And to expect to score 3 touchdowns in the second half when you really haven't shown anything offensively in the first half would be a little bit too much to ask.
That's all I'm saying. It'll be 2nd down and 18, just inside the Jacket territory. Nedwick pitches it out. This is Jupierre running right, has some room, gets by a tackler, still on his feet, and Jupierre brought down out of bounds by Ed Bash. But nice job, only a few seconds ticked off the clock, and they get deeper into Jacket territory.
Gain of 12 for Irvington.
Jupierre's got 2 carries, 25 yards. It's pretty good.
3rd down and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs have a 3rd and 7 situation here. I tell you, Bulldogs seemed a little bit less disciplined earlier. They were not executing as well, but now they've really toughened down. Nedwick to pass, looking, quick drop, fakes, fires over the middle, almost picked off, and is brought down at the 25.
Complete to number 88, Kevin Fisher. Number 67, Tom Fitzgerald makes the tackle.
Nice job by Fitzgerald, the co-captain, senior, on the defense.
What did he pick up there? How many yards?
Ball at the 25-yard line.
A 10-yard pickup on the throw.
So I'm wondering how much time is left in the half. Everything's showing they can go at least 25 yards in one play. But again, we're in perfect balance for the Irvington Bulldogs. They've had 28 offensive plays. They've run the ball 14 times. They've thrown the ball 14 times. I'm not sure if they have somebody up there keeping stats like we do, monitoring everything they're doing, but if not, they just have an uncanny ability to maintain equal balance. I don't think they've ever had more than 2 passes than runs or runs